Hello, I'm Sai, and this is a new series I like to call Sailing the Ship, where I try to find the most fitting ship for a Fire Emblem character and send it off to sail into the sunset. Basically, I look at a character's paired endings and their supports to help determine which is the best, and why it is the right one for them. Though, it also must make sense canonically. I can't go say something stupid like Dorcas and Bartre have a gay cruise and then forget about Carla and Natalie completely existing. So what better character for the first episode than my favorite Fire Emblem girl, the petite Pegasus Knight herself, Florina. Now, Florina only has 3 endings. One with herself, where she goes back to Ilia, one with Lyn, where she goes with her to Sakai to then go back to Ilia, and then finally, one with Hector, where she stays with him in Ostia and helps him get over the death of his brother. And we can also insinuate maybe Lilina comes from this. Now, Lyn and Hector's supports are very different leading up to these 2 endings, and I'm going to focus on Lyn's first. While Lyn's honestly is the much better written support, it leaves us with Florina ultimately leaving Lyn. The ending is not much different than her unpaired one, with the only addition being that she stays with Lyn and Sakai for a time, just to head back home in the end. Though the support is very touching and shows the deep bond the two have, with moments like their A support, where Lyn states, "Please Florina, don't. I too thought it was the way we had to be with each other. But I was wrong. I can't take it anymore. I've been so lonely all this time, leaving the plains, and you, my best friend, treating me like a noble stranger. What does rank and birth have to do with anything? I'm still myself, and you are still you. Please talk to me normally, like you always used to." It's a touching moment that shows Lyn and Florina are inseparable, and may even lead one to think that they could be even closer than friends. Though, that's not the case. This is because in the same support conversation they were just happening, Lyn states, "But I would like you with me, Florina, as a friend. And as much as I would love to say that they went and became a lesbian couple on the plains of Sakai, I just don't see it being very likely with how much Lyn uses the word friend. Not just in their A support, but in general." While the two may be close and have a very deep intertwined bond, it's less of a bond of 2 lovers, but more of a bond of 2 sisters. Like how in their B support, Florina gets scared of a bee and Lyn teases her, just like a sibling would, or really close friends. It overall just doesn't make sense to see the two as a lesbian couple, but more as just really, really close friends. Now on the other side of the coin, there's Hector and Florina's supports, where most of the support is lackluster, but the ending is very fitting. For Hector and Florina's C and B supports, it's just Florina being shy, trying to thank Hector for saving her in the chapter Noble Lady of Kalen, and Hector being oblivious to the situation, keeps just appearing randomly at the end of the support confused. Though as their A support starts, things improve. It starts with Hector being dragged over by Florina's Pegasus Huey, and this finally gives Florina the chance to thank Hector. After Hector messes around with her for a little bit, and then says, "You know, I better keep an eye on you. Don't leave my side on the battlefield. Gotta keep you from getting in trouble." Florina then cries and the support is over. Now while this doesn't leave us with much to make us think Hector then marries Florina, if we look at Hector's other supports, he doesn't tend to show affection directly. He just decides to do something out of the good of his heart, like he normally does, and this leads to Hector, and in this case Florina, falling for each other. Though I feel the reason Florina falls for Hector through this support is that Hector gives Florina in this support something she never really has experienced, a man who she can trust. Most men up to this point only made her timid, but with Hector she overcame her anxiety of men because Hector was someone she could trust, and that's reinforced when Hector states he's going to protect her. Florina at the end of this support has finally found a man she feels safe around, and a quick note that this is the only male character Florina can support with, and further reinforces that Hector is the only man for Florina because he's the only one she has ever trusted completely. Now for any evidence on who is the canonical parent for Lilina and FE6, there really isn't any. Not one of the Hector's paired endings give us any information on who the real mother is, and since none of them use magic, we can't use that speculation either. Though, if we go to Heroes, we see Florina and Lilina are voiced by the same voice actor in Heroes. And I'm not saying here having a similar voice means you're related to someone, I'm just saying it's an interesting thought that they're voiced by the same person. In the end, the ship I decided on is Florina x Hector. While Florina and Lyn have good chemistry, they overall can't become more than just friends, or could be as close as sisters. With Hector and Florina's support, while starting out weak, their ace support really brings them closer together, making a much better and logical pair in the end. And now it's time to let this ship sail. Overall, I think this is a solid ship. It's not jumping into any conclusions off of nothing, and overall, it just makes sense in the end. So if you guys have any opinions on this ship, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, whether I'm wrong or if you agree with me. And if you have any opinions on the video itself, I'd love to hear feedback on that too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new series I'm trying out. It's just something fun I like, because I like fucking shipping characters in Fire Emblem, you know. I like writing these scripts for something I'm passionate about. And, you know, it's just something cool I can do that's just, like, different. Because, you know, gaming videos are fun and all, but it's not what I like to do. I don't like playing a video game and then going back and editing the same video game footage and stuff. It's just not fun to me. And I like writing scripts and reading them off, you know. So it's just something fun. If you guys have any feedback on it, I'd love to get some. Other than that, that's it for today. So please leave a like and maybe leave a comment. Hey, maybe subscribe. I'm not your mom. You know, I can't tell you what to do, but I'd love you if you did it. So this is Sai, signing off.